Imagine you've got this bustling digital city, right? And suddenly, bam, the mayor just vanishes without a trace. Complete blackout at the top. Well, in this explainer, we're diving right into the fascinating and honestly kind of ruthless mechanics of how distributed systems manage to survive this exact scenario. We're going to look at how they pull off a high-stakes succession battle to keep everything running. So, what actually happens when a coordinator crashes? You see, distributed systems rely heavily on having one unique coordinator process. Think of, say, the master node in a massive Hadoop file system, or maybe the transaction manager that's orchestrating a super complex database holding your bank records. That specific node is the ultimate authority. But what happens when that crucial coordinator inevitably goes down? Well, the system obviously can't just panic. It absolutely needs a definitive plan to recover leadership, and it needs it instantly. Because, as you can probably guess, a system without a brain is basically just a system waiting to collapse. Which brings us to exactly why we need election algorithms in the first place. When a crash happens, those surviving nodes can't just guess what to do next. They actually have to formally execute an election algorithm. Why, though? Well, because without a single agreed-upon leader to manage resources and coordinate actions, you're literally inviting absolute chaos. You risk these catastrophic system splits, where basically half the network goes rogue and starts acting completely independently. Or, even worse, you get complete deadlocks where everything just freezes up because no one has the actual authority to manage anything. So they desperately need this algorithm to definitively agree on a brand new, unique coordinator and just get things moving again. Enter one of the most famous and, frankly, most bluntly named solutions out there, the bully algorithm. When we look at its execution sequence, it actually unfolds in three distinct phases. First, disaster strikes. Let's say our coordinator, node 6, has crashed. A lower node, like node 3, spots this sudden vacuum of power and fires off an election panic message up the chain to the higher nodes, like 4 and 5. Then, in the next phase, those higher nodes basically tell the lower node to stand down by firing an OK message right back. Finally, the dust settles. Node 5, being the biggest process left standing in this scenario, just crowns itself the new leader and broadcasts its shiny new coordinator status to everyone below it. Okay, so what are the actual step-by-step rules of this digital power grab? Well, it starts with detection. Any active process, let's call it PI, notices the crash and immediately challenges all the nodes with higher IDs by sending an election message. Now, if nobody responds within a set timeout, PI just claims victory and broadcasts its new coordinator status. Easy, right? But if a higher node, PJ, replies with an OK, our initial node instantly yields. That higher node then kicks off its very own election to nodes higher than itself, passing the baton further up the hierarchy. This chain reaction just keeps going until the absolute highest active process literally bullies its way to the top, wins the election by default of its size, and broadcasts that coordinator message to take absolute authority over the surviving network. It's a beautifully simple, yet ruthlessly hierarchical design, isn't it? But as we wrap up this explainer, it leaves us with a really fascinating vulnerability to ponder. If the algorithm strictly forces the entire system to yield to the highest active node, what happens to system efficiency if that specific bully at the top is fundamentally unstable? Like, what if it's constantly crashing and recovering over and over again? Does bullying your way to the top actually guarantee stability, or does it just provide a quick resolution? It's definitely something to think about the next time a massive network suddenly goes down and has to desperately scramble for a new leader.